Hey guys, what is going on? Danny here, aka Archangel JDS, and today, I know this is our second video of the day, but we're going to kind of talk to you through 14 new weapons that we actually had the chance to kind of look at. Bungie and Activision have kind of released these weapons via press releases, and we are getting kind of a first look at them now. And I have with me Darian.
Yep, Darian, aka Raider X1. How y'all doing?
And we're just kind of go through some of these weapons and our kind of first impressions on them and how we think they're going to play come September 20th when Rise of Iron drops. So might as well just dive right into it. So first up on the list is the Burning Eye, which is a scout rifle. And Darren, it looks like it's Trials themed.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing the Trials theme there, obviously with the little sun there. Definitely like the gold and blue scheme. What I'm liking about this is that these are definitely different skins on these weapons. They don't look like kind of like rehashed old weapons with Trials of Osiris themes on them. Yeah, looking kind of nice. Got the gold barrel in there. Looking pretty sweet. I'm liking it.
Yep, and I think this particular weapon was shown in the vid doc. I will link that in the description box below if you guys haven't seen that. But in the little section where they're showing off kind of Trials gear and all the stuff that comes with the new Trials of Osiris stuff, that this is one of the weapons they showed off, and I'm really interested to see how it plays, whether it's kind of the low rate of fire, high impact archetype, or if it's the kind of opposite where higher rate of fire, excuse me, but lower impact. So I guess we'll just have to kind of wait and see when Rise
Hmm.
of Iron drops. Now, next up on the list, we'll kind of group these together, but we have some new vendor weapons. We have some new Vanguard weapons and some new faction weapons. And here we have Each New Day, which is a fusion rifle. And Darian, I know you're not a fan of these.
Definitely not more of a shotgun guy, but you and your fusion rifle can just stay over there. I'll stay with my trusty shotgun.
That's, hey man, each to each their own. But one thing I would like to note is that they are bringing in a new color scheme. As you know, kind of when Taken King dropped, there was the kind of, we like to call them the Seahawks colors, the deep blue and kind of bright neon green, and now we're moving into this orange and light blue kind of teal kind of scheme going on here. But it'll be interesting to see kind of how these weapons play. I know in the vid doc again we got to see some of the other weapons, vendor weapons, and we kind of I'm glad that they're kind of trying to bring this new fresh palette, to kind of the game.
Yeah, weapons definitely looking different, looking nice. I'm liking it. Like to
Uh,
see how these play out.
Speaking of not liking fusion rifles and the new color scheme, there's a shotgun actually. Not much to say about this. It's got the Vanguard V on it in the new colors, blue and orange. So I mean, we'll just have to just have to see how that plays.
Yeah.
We also have First Citizen 9, and anything that has Roman numerals in it is related to New Monarchy, and it is a heavy machine gun. And I know, Darren, you were saying that you had some thoughts about heavy machine guns come the new expansion.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see that they start to increase, just the performance on heavy machine guns. Feel like rocket launchers and swords definitely have been taking a cake. Machine guns don't seem to really have a place too much in the PvP section.
Mm.
So I'm hoping that maybe they'll start increasing maybe the magazine sizes of them, doing something with them to, you know, increase their play value. But definitely liking the look on it. Looks cool. Definitely new skin on the weapon. Yeah, hopefully it plays just as good as it looks.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. And speaking of machine guns, we're actually about to move into some of the new exotic weapons that we have a chance to look at. And the first one I definitely want to talk about is the Nemesis Star. Now, if you look at it, it's got an N on it, which I think is the new weapon foundry Nadir. And if you guys don't know, weapon foundries are kind of the makers of certain types of weapons. So you have Hake, you have Omelon, that kind of stuff. And this is the first time that we're actually seeing a Nadir weapon. And I'm actually really excited to see how this plays. I'm liking the two barrels on the side. Maybe that means there's two on the other, so it's like a four barrel kind of deal, Darian. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm liking it too. Definitely looks pretty sweet. I'm probably thinking that maybe the four barrels or two, depending on what's on the other side,
Mm.
maybe plays a part in its exotic perk. So, like the skins that they showed off, the little blood-stained red, and they had like a deeper charcoal silver.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, maybe this gun will actually boost, have people more excited about machine guns.
Hmm. And on the flip side, everybody's talking about it, everybody knows about it, but Gallarhorn, and just
Gallahorn.
year one, this weapon was just flames. There's just nothing else to say about it. That was the weapon. I remember um, you and I both, Darian, trying to get into raid groups or rolling with the guys. It was always like, yo, do you have your Gallarhorn equipped? Is it in your inventory right now? And if it was a no, it was like,
Is it leveled?
just go back to the tower and pick it up. Just pick it up right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Definitely happy that they're bringing it back. Definitely liking the skin that they're putting on it, the black and silver, probably what I'll be sticking with.
mm.
For what I know, they did change the stats on it, but from what I'm hearing from everybody who actually went to Gamescom and actually got to get their hands on it, it seems to play the same. So probably going to be back on that top tier weapon that you're going to need in PvE. Hopefully, comes in handy in the new raid.
Yes, I'm kind of glad that they kind of balanced the weapon a little bit. I think it was definitely, it was a boss killer, year one, but it was also kind of a hindrance in terms of group play. There's a lot of times where if we, weren't playing with the guys and just trying to do like a pickup group or an LFG group, then it was always like, yo, if you don't have a Gallahorn, you're not welcome. And so I
Yeah.
think that now that they've kind of balanced it, it's not as potent, but obviously still the weapon we love, still the weapon we know, and I'm really excited that it's coming back in year three. But
Hmm.
moving on to the next exotic that I want to talk about is we've seen it it's been released but it's the Kvashtov 7G0X. Now, this weapon is apparently going to be the most customizable weapon in Destiny.
Yeah, I'm
And
liking the spin that they're doing on it, not giving it a specific exotic perk, kind of just letting you pick and choose how you want to use the weapon. Definitely see that coming in handy. One thing I want to touch on was like they showed off a skin in the vid doc. It was more of a black and a silver look to the Kavashta. And what I noticed was there was a Warmind symbol on it. So maybe, I mean, obviously I'm a big lore head, so
mm,
hopefully that they dive a little bit more into, obviously with this exotic quest, dive a little bit more into Rasputin. Can find out a little bit more about him. Why hasn't he been talking to us
I mean, he
much?
has been talking. It's been in Russian, but maybe if you spoke Russian, you might know what he's saying.
Well, the ghost obviously knows what he's saying. He definitely lets us know when he openly threatens to kill us with you know, orbital strikes from above. So, maybe I don't
True.
know, maybe we're just not being friendly enough. Not sure.
Look, man, we've saved this quote unquote man's life how many times now? You know?
Yeah, a couple of times.
But the last exotic on the list that we kind of want to talk about is actually no, I take that back. The second to last exotic on the list that we want to talk about is the exotic sidearm, the Trespasser. And I have been this weapon has been teased, and I have seen this, and I was like, back when I said it was a RoboCop-esque weapon, I was like, I don't know what it is, but I'm all over this. And we finally have kind of a visual for it. And if you look in the vid doc, guys, that there's actually a little clip where you see it firing in a 3-round burst. Now, the last 3-round burst sidearm we got, Dreg's Promise, was fairly underwhelming, gotta say. Wasn't really a fan of
Just
it. I
flat out
was,
trash.
I wasn't gonna go that far, but I actually don't disagree with you there. So I'm excited to see kind of how this plays, and I'm really hoping that the 3-round burst isn't the exotic perk, and that it actually does something else.
Well, I believe that it probably won't be. Obviously, Dregs was a 3-round burst. Maybe this is like a trend we're going to see with exotic sidearms
Mm.
that they're 3-round burst. But I guess we'll have to wait and see and see what it can do.
And the very last exotic, I kind of spoke out of turn last. We're talking about the Trespasser, but the last exotic we want to talk about is the potential for the raid weapon, the raid pulse rifle that essentially, when you get a headshot, it kind of explodes into this SIVA seeking energy. And we got a little clip of it here in the vid doc, but I'm actually really interested to see how this plays. And I know you're a fan of pulse rifles, Darian.
Yeah, big fan of pulse rifles. Obviously like to see a new raid weapon come in. I mean, it hasn't been confirmed, but safe bet, I would assume. I mean, it has the whole SIVA themed look on it.
Mm.
Obviously SIVA energy popping out of it. Yeah, so hopefully maybe it's actually a good one. Obviously, we haven't had a really good raid-specific exotic since Vex Mytho class, which straight up broke the Crucible. But hopefully
I
this is
remember
actually
those days.
usable.
I remember those
Yeah,
days.
it was definitely rough. Obviously, Necrochasm wasn't all to be desired, and
Mm.
Touch of Malice really only has one purpose: help you beating the raid. I mean,
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
true.
it's kind of silly that you kind of grind to beat the raid to get this touch of Malice, and all it really does is help you beat the raid again.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Hopefully it actually has a little bit more application.
Definitely with you on that. Now, the next little section is what we believe to be kind of all of the Iron Banner-esque, Iron Lord-esque weapons. They have this new kind of aesthetic, and the theme is pretty much similar throughout. But we have a range of weapons here, and the first one I want to talk about is the sniper rifle, but not forgotten. And I was telling Darian actually before we started recording, excuse me, that there are pretty much only four weapons that I ever play with. Either it's a fusion rifle, a sniper rifle, a scout rifle, or a sidearm. And other than that, it's pretty much all I rock. And this sniper rifle definitely looks like it's going to be in the rotation. I mean, it has a massive bayonet on it, and I just wish you could stab people. Honestly, I think that would be such a cool thing to do. You know.
It'd be definitely pretty brutal, but it'll be pretty interesting. Yeah, definitely liking the new looks that they got on these new weapons. I'm definitely looking forward to Winter's End and Titanium Orchid. We also have the Unbent Tree
Mm.
and the Lingering Song. So, and also obviously Saladin's Vigil. Got to mention
Fusion
it, even though I don't want to,
rifles.
because yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely got this like old, like just grimy, rugged look to them.
Hmm.
Uh, Pretty intimidating. Loving the obviously the spikes that they got on them. Winter's End is obviously something that I'm going to be grinding for. Loving
Mm.
the little bayonet on it, and hopefully it's actually quite usable. I'm hoping for that it actually plays pretty well. Obviously, me being a shotgunner, fell Winter's Lie when obviously that was left behind,
Oh
left a big
gosh.
hole in my heart, and I'm hoping maybe Winter's End can fill
Could
that hole.
fill that void for you. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
But you know what, guys? That actually, I'll kind of flash some of these images again for you guys. But that kind of brings us to the end of this video. Now, one thing we did want to mention for you guys is that one of our other members, Dripping Wet Money, excuse me, aka Andrew, is going to be starting kind of a
AKA the gunsmith.
aka the Gunsmith, is going to be starting a little mini series on our channel called, well, actually, I don't even know what he's going to call it, but it's going to be related to the Gunsmith.
Probably the
Uh,
gunsmith.
but the point of that series is essentially to kind of talk about weapons, weapon perks, weapon balances, what plays, what's the meta, those kind of things, so that if you guys can look on our channel, you can kind of see, oh, like this gun plays, or these are the kind of things I need to look for when I see or get a new weapon. So please be on the lookout for that. And once again, guys, if you like this video, a positive rating, a like, or a subscription is definitely much appreciated. It kind of helps us know that you kind of want more information from us and want to see kind of more videos from the group and from us. So we can definitely get those out to you guys. And that is all I've got. Darian?
Well, want to chime in here real quick? Just in case you have, Danny said, please like and subscribe. Definitely pushing these out. We do it for fun, no profit that we're trying to gain. We just like to obviously reach out to the Destiny community. And also, hey, if you're looking for a clan or just some group of guys to play with, hey, you're always free to hit me up. Raider X1, all caps, underscore between Raider and X. So yeah, I mean, if you ever looking for some people to play with, hey, we're more than happy to help you out with anything. PvE, PvP. We're always here, we're always on, always having fun.
That is true. And oh, on that note, actually, we have started a community on PlayStation. It's just called Orbital Strike Gaming. So if you go to communities and type in Orbital Strike Gaming, we should pop up. Don't be afraid to join the community. We're pretty open, a bunch of guys, and like Darian said, we're just here to help and here to play and here to have fun. So on that note, guys, Archangel out.
Raider X1 out.